What's up, everybody? I'm BZB,
I'm Adrian.
I'm Danae.
and this is But
Actually,
Decent. The
the podcast. The
podcast.
podcast. Pew, pew, pew.
come on, vocal.
How is
Hey.
everybody?
What's up, y'all? Ladies first,
Chilling.
Danae. How are you?
Ooh, ladies first. UNITY.
Who you calling a bitch? Um,
What's that, girl?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm in birthday mode. I got some days off. I'm just
Whoopie
chilling
whoa.
and
Hmm.
moving at my own pace. I don't really
Okay.
want to do too much, but I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
That's
Okay.
how
And that's
things
how
are
I'm
when you turn
celebrating.
32 again.
Okay.
22.
22. My bad. My bad. 22.
22
Right.
what?
That's how old she turning, fool.
Girl. Oh, yeah.
Adrian.
22. You are
Adrian.
a tenderoni. You
Not
are a
too much.
tenderoni. You are a
Not too
tenderoni.
much. All right.
22.
Adrian, how are
Yeah.
you?
Adrian.
Um, I'm cool. I had a busy weekend, but I also had some emotional pockets that were not the best. But
So sad.
we got through them and we're here today and ready to record and all that good stuff. So all in all, I'm good.
That's good. That is good.
I'm good. I'm
I
good.
am I am
BB.
optimistic. You can win as long as you keep your
Head to the sky.
head to the sky. Be
Be
optimistic. So yeah,
optimistic.
I'm optimistic. Um,
Mm.
yeah, and we will get into that. How was everybody's weekend? Nate, let's start with you. Getting ready for birthday festivities.
Didn't do
You got your
much.
like
Saturday.
kazoos and stuff, like Hustle Man.
No.
Pick up pieces.
Pick up the pieces. I do. I can't stand y'all. I what I do this weekend? Saturday. I don't feel like I did much. Yeah, I didn't do nothing on Saturday. I just wanted to be home. Oh yeah. So because I'm gonna have a few days off, I was like, okay, on the first day off I got, I'm gonna clean up everything so that I don't have to worry about that. Like that'll be one thing less to do uh while I'm just resting.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. Sunday I hung out with my mama and my auntie. I still move very slowly. I didn't get going very early. But I went to meet them. Oh, and I hung out with my grandma. I made oh yeah, be my
We
grandma
love
keeps saying,
Granny.
what's his how I'ma tip him? And I'm like, Grandma,
Go
stop
ahead, tip
doing
me. I
this.
take all the tips. Come on now.
Okay.
Don't block my blessing.
I told
Okay.
her
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
Miss
give you
Lee.
the Zelle, but she wouldn't know how to Zelle you. So
She
that's why
could
I'm like, Grandma, do you want me to just give me cash to give to him? Like, what are we doing here? So, because I
that is
printed,
hilarious.
I made like picture books, and I made magnets, like a magnet with like the big group picture, and I put family affair on it and the date, and I was giving like handing those out to uh,
Oh, that's
the
beautiful.
family.
Oh, that's
And then
nice.
I made picture books for my grandma. And so that's how I ended up catching up with my mama and my auntie. And we went over to my cousin's house for a little bit. Um, they have three animals, and I am allergic to everything. So
Oh,
it
well.
didn't last
I was gonna
very
say, so
long. I
you didn't
wasn't
get
able.
good.
No. And like after that, I took an allergy pill when I got there. I took two allergy pills when I got back to my mama's house to get my car. And then when I got home, I did like obviously a shower, but like all my asthma medicine because I could not, like, I literally could not breathe out of my nose. It was so bad. Oh yeah, this happened
Mm.
that night too. Went to McDonald's, which that's probably where I'm going wrong, right? Went to McDonald's and they said we not making food.
Uh,
I said, excuse me,
What
now we
McDonald's is
ran
special?
out. We not making.
And
we not
backyard?
making. They said yes.
Oh.
I know. No, uh,
No,
now
I
that's
didn't say it like
twice
that. I was
now.
just saying I was gonna see if you went to South Holland or because them the only two you
No,
would go to.
true. Those would pretty much be the only options. But I went to the
Were
one by
there
my
any
house.
Okay.
technical difficulties? Were they
They
like,
they said they was only doing pickups, and
wow?
literally I pulled into the drive-through. Sorry for the inconvenience. We only doing pickups. We not making food tonight. I
Sorry,
was
Miss
like,
Lady.
oh, okay.
What time was it?
Yeah,
Because I could go on my McDonald's bag. What time was it?
it was 10
PM.
p.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
they used to shut the system down at 11,
No, they
and they wasn't
about to
taking
go
no
out of
orders.
business. They should have been out of business. That's the problem. So I
Have
think
y'all ever seen a McDonald's close? I'm just now that sparked the whole thing.
no, you're right. Now
No.
I remember a childhood McDonald's because it was by my grandma's house. It's not there no more. It was on 51st in the Dan Ryan, across the street from the police station. It used to be a McDonald's there. I know for a fact, and it's gone.
Huh.
And that must have closed. It had to close in the 90s, early 2000s, but there once was a
Mm.
McDonald's.
For the 99 and the 2000 closed down.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's
You
the only
talking about there
one.
once was a McDonald's.
But yeah, that was my weekend. Adrian?
Adrian, how about you? Yeah.
Oh, so I had a pretty good weekend. One thing that I wanted to talk about, a friend of ours, Danae and I have a brand, ILA, and so they have an event that's called Here We Are. And so it was at the Southside Sanctuary. So it was like an outdoor thing, and then when I got there, they were doing like grounding and like meditating, and they had like the silent party headphone type vibe. So it's a guy up there playing. I don't know what instrument he was playing, but it was beautiful, great music. And then we were just drawing and doing our thing. And do you know? And I'm gonna just say it because Jordy, is just a grown woman. She took me a racial picture. I said, thank you. She said, okay, now you owe me. I said, what owe you? She said, $5, and you better pay me or else it's gonna be surprise.
Oh,
Smoke in the
not a
city.
threat. Not
Slow
a
I
threat.
steak.
said,
the
okay,
swag
Jordy.
bringing.
I said, okay. All right, so I
Get
did.
your money,
I was
boo.
giving her $5. Rachel like, I said, that's not for you to say anything. This was funny to me. This is just me telling you. I'm like, you ain't about to do nothing to her. That's her money. She
Get
earned her
your
money.
money, boo.
She
Right.
earned her money. So I did that Saturday, and then I had like a whole day. I went to the Bronzeville Hoagie and Paninis, and then I went to get like some ice cream from Sean and Michelle's.
Oh,
And
they the ones that had the vegan ice cream?
I
Really?
had a vegan hoagie from that place. We got to go there. I know you been there, didn't
I've had it on Uber Eats. It's not too much around here that I ain't had on Uber Eats. And I love
I
a
feel like
good
it's a cute
I love
little,
a good
like,
sandwich.
yeah,
So,
and they sandwiches are really good. I mean, say little because I don't like little and stuff, but it's a very nice spot. And B, I know you would definitely enjoy it because of the.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they got one in Masson. They opened one in Masson too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I went
Wow.
there, and then I went and got some ice cream, and then I went to a retirement party, and then I took my grandma to a party on Sunday, and I just had a pretty packed weekend. So it was good. It was good. But Here We Are was definitely a highlight. I enjoyed it. Had a good time.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm. B, what about you? What you do?
I was supposed to have quite a few gigs lined up, but they fell through. Which is okay because I was able to rest with my family, and so and that was cool. And my kids had today off because it's Indigenous Peoples Day, not CC Day no more. And
Correct.
it was different. It was different because we had Paw Patrol on the background while I'm on a meeting, and so yeah, there we have it.
Yeah, I sent some movement around there, the back there too.
Yeah.
Just a
So
little disruption in the schedule, but that's
just
all
a little
right.
bit. We got some pound cakes, bacon, and whatnot. So we got a
ooh.
live studio audience in my house.
What?
It's lit.
Let me tell you a little bit about
Hey.
that pound cake. Now I am in my plant-based bag. I am very well in it. But when I
However,
would do good, the enemy is always next to me.
A foot.
Oh my! Have you
a
ever had that cake,
foot.
Danae?
I haven't, but I mean,
Yeah, I
it
don't think you
sounds
I'm
have.
like I
telling
need a
you,
piece.
it's one of those things where I don't like. I'm not asking for a slice. I want a cake.
A full cake.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh
It
wow.
is. It is very good.
They
It's,
are
it's really.
delicious. They are
Yeah.
delicious.
Huh.
It's really good. So then, which brings us to today, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy to be here with you all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. You know,
Yeah.
Follow
Like,
us.
comment, subscribe.
yeah, do
All
all of
that
the things. Share with your
up
people.
in them comments. And not is it correspond with us, talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. We don't have a lot of segments because we're gonna get straight into the
The
to
meat.
the meat of our episode, but we do have a one which is not by the one that usually does it. So we're gonna do a
What
who why
y'all
you
mad about?
what y'all mad about, and I got something that I'm mad about. Literally today, Breakfast Club interview came out. Danae, you probably heard about this, and it was
Young
Ti.
What
Joe?
did they say me?
Yeah,
What if
Young
I heard
Dro.
about it?
Cause you
Adrian, you
ain't.
probably heard about this too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us about it, Adrian.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. I was just trying to be
Oh.
included.
Oh,
That was the
okay.
wrong answer. You were
Continue,
supposed to say,
B.
no. You got it. You explained it better than I do. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
save my life.
I'm gonna say my lie. I like that. That's good. Yeah. So basically, Young Joe was, or Ti and Young Joe was, they were the only ones that had mics along with the rest of the Breakfast Club that came. You know what I'm saying, with Ti. So Young Joe was explaining his time getting sober and how he actually did overdose, not almost overdose, but he did overdose. And a comedian in the back who is actually very funny, his name K-Dub, but he was kind of snickering at everything that Young Dro was saying. So Young Dro got up to the point where he was like, hey, I really slapped the shit out of you for real, like
He
I'm really from
did.
Bankhead for real. And then
Yeah.
K-Dub said, you'll slap who? You ain't gonna slap nothing. He was like, come over here, you gonna hurt yourself.
And then T.I. came through like the
He
daddy,
said,
like,
hey,
all right now.
hey. Right, he sounded like Big Boy from ATL. Now both of y'all get in the house while I get my belt.
Everybody who came here with me. Like,
Right.
T.I., shut
How
up.
many
Why you
people
ain't
was
get
at
into
the
that little
interview?
funny looking child of yours? It's the same
What'd you
kid.
say, Adrian?
How many people was at the interview?
I mean,
No,
probably in
the
the crew was
interview.
probably like 6 or 7, but it was only
Oh,
T.I. and Young Dro that had a mic though. So
I have to
yeah,
look.
I just
I
felt
Yeah,
have to
like
not,
look up. I have to look up Young Joe to make sure I know who he was, and I do.
and that's why. And that's why. I need to pause so I can get some tissue. I'm sorry, audience.
oh, we got. So yeah, Danae, you were saying about Young John Ti.
Yeah. It was funny. It's not funny because of the seriousness of what Young Dro was talking about, but like, and I couldn't catch what he was saying. Like, was he just giggling back there?
Yeah, it's like whenever he would start a sentence, he start laughing a little bit. I'm like, bruh.
Was he laughing just because he's stupid or laughing at the content? That's what I couldn't tell. But either way, like eventually, Dro got
It's
mad, which
like
I get.
yeah,
You can't
it's like
just
one
keep
time,
laughing at somebody pain.
right? It's like one time it's like okay, I'm gonna let it slide. Second time it's like okay, then it's like,
Doing a
bruh,
lot. You
you
doing a
doing
lot
too
here.
much now.
So is he a
Really?
young dude? This K
No.
Dub or whatever?
Mm-mm.
Was it because something I read said it was his brother? Is that his brother?
I don't think that's his brother. Now that might be like new information. Cause I don't
Yeah,
cause yeah, I think he was because the way that he was directing a threat at him was like we cool, but I will slap you though.
but I
And that's
will.
not something that you would kind of say to your brother. Like, I don't think so. It'd be way more personal with your brother.
Well,
I'm saying the
yeah, I
way
was
that
about
you
to
would say
say
it. You see what
that.
I'm saying? Not that you wouldn't say that, but I'm like,
I
I'm your
will
big brother.
slap.
Like I slap. Yeah. You would
Right, right.
put that in there if you was gonna say something
Yeah,
like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just feel like that was like mad immature. And I'm only
yeah.
judging what I seen on camera, but it's like, bro, come on now. It's a
And
time
I
and place for
believe Young
everything.
Dro because if you be with Fantasia, I just feel like they probably had a relationship that was combative, not like
You think
physically
so?
or nothing. Like, yeah, I feel like Fantasia probably talk a lot of stuff.
You think so?
Yes,
I
yes,
don't
that
know if I
country girl.
don't
They,
know.
what you think? She be speaking in tongues all the time. I
And
don't.
be
I
frying
think she.
chicken and be singing.
I mean, I don't feel like she just be like. You think she just be like starting shit?
Yes, black
Really? I
women
don't
be
get
starting
that.
shit. Yes, black women.
Hashtag.
Captain.
Hashtag.
I don't mean to give up the secrets, but we be starting shit.
I feel
Okay.
like K Michelle would start more stuff
Right.
than
I could
Yeah.
see that.
Fantasia.
Yeah.
If you said that about K Michelle, I'd be like, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
I
Where is
think
K
Fantasia.
Michelle?
I don't know, but she
Someone
be
with a
having some
whole new
hits though.
face.
Can't
Someone
raise
with a
on
whole new
me. I
face.
don't really like that song, but I do like Scooch though. That's now that is a bop. That's a really good song.
Scooch.
Yeah,
I know she's doing the country thing now.
she's doing the country thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a country song?
it's not a country song, but no, she said she's not doing R&B no more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, that's this edition of what y'all mad at now today.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm mad at.
Okay.
Adrian, take it away.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, I don't know K Dub, but we met him.
Hey, Doug. Oh, yeah.
That's his name, right?
Yeah, the comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is
Yeah,
Mm.
funny though.
comedian K Dub. And he might be. He just was, having a moment. But
Yeah.
either way, so this episode, we're in a transition with the weather, and so we're getting some days where it's 80, and then we get some days where it's 60, and so we know what's coming. And
The
especially
real
for us,
feel tomorrow is 36.
Jeez.
wait, say that again.
The real feel for tomorrow is 36 degrees.
And we turned our heat on today for sure.
I
Really?
Yes. We just turned it off. No heat, no air. We don't need no air circulating up in here. But yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be chilly.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
So right on time.
Right on time, right on time. So we're going through the motions of the weather, and so I realized that for me, I just always want to check in with people. Like I can be going through hell and like getting my ass whooped, but I still want to know like how people feeling or something that happened. And so because I get to have the pleasure of producing, would it be producing this episode?
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So producing this episode, I want to take us on like a fall. It's like a quote question song thing, but just to ask some questions to kind of give two part us a part for us, a time for us to just like release and talk about some stuff. But then for the listeners that's going to listen to this podcast and that's going to follow us on YouTube and Facebook and all the things, these questions that I'm going to ask are not just for me, Brian, and Danae. These questions are for you as well. So although we talk on the regular, doing 16 episodes and things, I also want to put these posts out there to have it to be something that you can go to in like your journal time, just to kind of to check in with yourself. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm just gonna kind of freestyle flow kind of thing, like Rhapsody to the Basement. Did anybody talk about Rhapsody to the Basement anymore?
They brought it back.
That's the last hip hop.
No,
Brought it back.
they brought it back a few years ago, and it
Oh
was
yeah,
was not.
with the light skinned dude, right? I
Big-
can't remember his name.
No, I thought Tigger was still on there
Big
because
Ticket.
they did it. It was after it was after the pandemic, or it was like one of those BET awards during the pandemic,
Oh.
and then that was like the after show of it. Get on the BET Plus app; it's on there. It didn't last very long because I remember Rhapsody's episode. That's how I know it happened because I remember
Okay.
that. But
So it's not. So it's not.
continue.
But that was just me trying to say my freestyle, like
Trying to be cool. Uh-huh.
Yeah, with you young 22-year-olds.
Uh-huh.
So This episode, I want us to. At first, I said the title can be like feel the fall, and then I said the title can be fall for it. So whichever one works for you, that's cool. But I just want to essentially like check in with the theme being the fall. Okay, so I'm gonna have a few quotes and follow up questions and things, and we can go around. We can go in the but actually decent order. So even be me, then Danae, and you can go last since you're the birthday girl, and since it's almost your
Thank
birthday,
you.
and you can have time to think about your answers because I want
Oh,
to.
hallelujah.
See,
Hallelujah.
okay, so it's not that it's a lot. It's
Thank
not super deep, but it's just just wants to check in. So is that okay? That's how we're going to do this, guys. So the first one that I have is the first quote is autumn is as joyful and sweet as an untimely end. Autumn is as joyful and sweet as an untimely end. So the question that I have for that is, so we'll start with B. Tell us about a time this year where something was so good but ended sooner than you wanted it to. What was an experience that you had was like, oh my god, that was so fun. I wish it was, or whatever. That was a good
It,
feeling.
it it has to be this year.
Tell us about a time this year when something was so good but ended sooner than yes, this year. If you can. If not, then obviously we can go back. But or let's just say the first thing that come to mind. We won't press it on this year.
Uh, I would say hanging with you guys was really fun, and I didn't want it to end. That was
Let's
awesome.
do that again.
And I was
you.
really looking forward to Saturday too. I understand, wasn't feeling good and everything, but yeah, for sure. I always like hanging with you guys.
It's
Aww.
time to do it again.
Yes.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
That's for sure. That's for sure the case. Um so B was hanging with us. I think for me, something that ended sooner than I wanted it to, most recently was Here We Are. I really enjoy Here We Are. Like I think that whole space with the music and just meeting the different people and being outside and a bunch of cool as black people and there was a bunch of other different people, but it was a good time. So I think most recently that's something I wish it could have just been like because it was like the guy I was so deep into what I had on headphones. The guy came over, he was like, "Oh,
Hey,
we
wake up.
ending in 10 minutes." I was like, "Oh, I was too busy. I was googling stuff and I could have showed y'all my."
Mm.
Ooh, this is my picture.
We ain't gonna. You got to take your special background off. We ain't gonna
Nope,
be able
y'all ain't
to
gonna see it. Never mind. I was gonna show y'all my artwork, but my virtual living room ain't playing
Said,
right. So.
I'm not giving up my mansion, brother.
Y'all about to see this paneling. So
Hey, man. But I
So
promise,
that would
nobody
be-
think about that but you.
hey, listen. Well, I am on
Whatever.
it. But that would be my most recent one. I just wanted I feel like that space I was in, like I was calm. I wasn't like worrying about nothing. Like I was just in the moment. So I think that would be my most recent one. For something that was good that ended sooner than I would have wanted it to. What about you, Danae?
I think mine is just the summertime in general. Like I do think my mindset shifts in the summer to just being a lot more relaxed than it is at other points of the year, just
Mhm.
because life is just different and
Mhm.
sun and nice weather just brings a little bit of peace and just it's not even solitude because I feel like in the summer I do more things on the weekends than I do at any point throughout the year.
Okay.
I just wish that could be my reality all year round. So that's why when it's over, it's just like, back to the
Okay.
soul, whatever. So yeah,
Okay.
summer. I don't want to see it go ever,
Yeah.
ever.
It's okay. She'll be back.
Yeah.
Another well,
Better quitter.
ain't that right, friend? So So that's our first one. So that was just the thing to feel something that came up, all the different emotions that we had that came with the things that we talked about. So let's take it a little deeper. So that's just events that happened that were good that ended something we wanted to. But now let's get a little deeper. Let's peel the onion back a little bit. So one of the other quotes that I found was autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. Autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. And that's it's just so beautiful, not for homeowners and stuff, I'm sure for raking out the leaves and stuff, but to see the leaves falling in the different colors, to me, I think is beautiful. So with that, with it looking at it being a second spring, and we know that of course with fall comes winter, so we're not getting the same excitement from going from spring to summer. So with that being the case, and not that the fall is a bad or ugly thing, but I just wanted to ask you guys, what was the situation that you were in that was ugly? It was ugly. The situation didn't turn, but your outlook did, or you did in the situation, and the situation didn't change, but it was like, although this is ugly, I was able to find beauty in this. What can you think about um where you experienced that, just to kind of give people a little about you, and then maybe even to help people think about it, because we all do it, have been in some ugly situations, and it's we
Mm-hmm.
found the beauty in it, some of us. So I just want to know, what was some of y'all's?
You know yours, B?
I do. I had a pretty stressful situation at my job where it was this project that was due, and I just couldn't get it right for whatever reason. Like I kept turning it in. They were like, "This is wrong. This is wrong," and finally, there was basically another person put on our team, and me and him are kind of like in the same job role, the same role, and so we basically handled the brunt of that project together. So that helped a lot. The situation did not change at all because they were still asking for this project, but it did help that he was with me, and I'm just really glad that we could kind of lean on each other, talk about what's good and what's bad, about just like the season of it all. So yeah, that was definitely a big situation, and I'm glad we passed that. Jeez, am I glad we passed that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sometimes a team is what you need. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do
You're
it by yourself.
You can't do it by yourself, and I don't like when people are like, I don't know, they kind of like look down on that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
right. Yeah.
like you should know
Like
this.
you
And
had to
like,
call in help. Yeah.
yeah, I
I
did
did
actually. I'm
actually.
glad that y'all. I'm glad that y'all. And sometimes I feel like it's seen as like a weakness or whatever, but it's
Mhm.
like I'm glad that there were people that were like over me. That's like, no, this he kind of need a little bit of help. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, like your career is yours, so nobody will know why you got to write up. Like as far as I guess what I'm trying to say is like a year from now, the problems that happened 2 months ago won't even matter. It'll just matter that you do got to write up. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't like speak out for help, not that I got to write up, but I'm just saying it just matters that you speak out for help. Like, hey, I need some help here because I'm
Mhm.
going to fail miserably if I don't have some help.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's good, because a lot of times people don't like asking for help. Like you said, people see it as a weakness or something. It's like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
some
it's
Mm-hmm.
actually a
I feel
strength.
I feel like for me, I really had a foresight as to be like either they could kind of feel away right now that I'm asking, or 3 months from now when they finally discover it that I wasn't doing it or whatever the case, then it's even worse. So I rather
Mhm.
just let's just cut our losses right now. Hey, I this may be a stupid question, but I just got to get this out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So yeah.
which is good. I think that's good. Good job. Good job, B. Good job, B. Um, I think for me, with something that was the situation didn't change, but I found beauty in it. Um, the version of me that started therapy, and just where I was in my life and just like everything that was going on, a lot of unaddressed things and stuff that I didn't even think about. And the situations did not change. The realities were still very much so that, but I've learned and I'm learning how to maneuver and like how to find the beauty in it. So instead of looking at, oh, this happened, or I'm not this person's friend anymore, I don't have this, whatever it is. Instead of that, I'm looking at, okay, but in this, I've learned blah blah blah. So that would be mine. A lot of ugly situations, or what I thought were ugly, and the version of Adrian I'm now like, okay, so we learning this and we can do with this, and then I'm getting better with like saying, hey, I'm sad, or hey, I have this going on, instead of just kind of dealing with it by myself, because that's how I would before. I would just kind of like seclude and not send it to nobody, like isolate, don't talk to me, don't look at me, I hate everybody. But now I've gotten to the point where I say, hey, I need your opinion. What you think about this? Or, that kind of thing. So that would be mine for sure. Just the Adrian through the therapy journal so far. I mean, therapy journey so far, excuse me. So that would be
Yeah.
mine. Nene,
You know what we call that? Growth.
thank you.
Bro.
Thank you, my brother.
Can you say the question again?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
So the quote was, autumn is the second spring when every leaf is a flower. And so the question was, when was the last time you found the beauty in a not so pretty situation? And what did you learn about you?
Yeah, I mean that's not easy for me. That's not.
Okay.
I don't know that I truly be doing that. I don't know that I find the beauty in ugly
Mm,
situations.
okay.
Um, I do my damnedest to find a little joy through them. I mean, the glaring example is what happened with my car. I feel like I talk about that all the time.
That's
Um,
heavy. That's not something you should just blow. That was big. That still is. That ain't something to say I talk about all the time. Girl,
If you,
that
if
was
you,
a lie.
yeah,
yeah, if you talk
yeah.
to 10 people, I'm pretty sure nobody has that same story. If you
I'm
talk to
pretty
20
sure.
or 50 people,
Uh-huh.
I'm
Probably
I'm
not.
pretty sure they don't have it. So that's
Yeah.
not like
So
a common
girl,
thing to
listen.
happen.
Yeah. So, um, if you know me, you know that my car was involved in a fire that was bad. My car was set on fire. It was not. I had. I was not the intended target. But it ended up happening, and there was not a lot of help when it came to insurance or police or anything like that. And it left me without feeling like there were many options besides just crying and being mean and knocking all this shit off the table.
Oh,
And so how I ended up like seeing the beauty in it was that like the situation worked out for me not in a traditional way. I ended up getting a car, having a way to get around. I think I had gotten very sure of self and probably
mhm.
not relying on God in a way that I should. And so that situation kind of exposed like, okay, so what are you gonna do now when they're literally like you think you can solve all the problems? You can't. You
Mm,
think you got help in whatever different forms? You don't. So what you gonna do now? And that just sometimes life and God can humble you in a way that it's like you you, you know you need to come on home. You need to come on home
mhm,
and do things the correct way, and it might take a little you might have to eat crow, you might have to
Mhm,
it doesn't look the way that you want it to look, and you have to relinquish the control.
mhm,
mhm,
And the beauty in that is that that's something that I struggle with just in general. Like I want things to be the way that I visualize them, not in any wavering from that. Sometimes can just really, really throw me off in a way that is almost irreparable. And with this, it was just like, okay, if you don't get through this, then you'll lose your job. You lose your job, you don't have no money. You don't have no money. Like the things you like to do, that's not gonna
Yeah.
really be a thing, boo.
Yeah.
So like just the shift in my mindset, I think during that time allowed me to be mature in a way that like life had not necessarily made me have to be mature. It also, like, I was very bitter and just mad about where I lived, right? I'm like, if I didn't live in the hood. And when I'm saying the hood, like I have a beautiful space,
Beautiful.
like
I mean, hello,
you
backslash.
I have a beautiful space. It was just an unfortunate situation that happened in this space. So then I start trying to love on my space a little bit more. Like, okay, it's not even like you could have a neighbor with a crazy situation anywhere that you move. It did
Anywhere.
not have to do with where you're living right now. So
Mhm.
still love what you have, take care of what you have, because again, if you can't take care of this, how you gonna get more? And so I've just really been trying to do that and not focus on the negative parts of it and just I got through it.
Yeah.
That's good.
I survived it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Whew.
I,
See, and
I was
that's
gonna
how it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, B.
I was just gonna say too, I think one of the things that helps me, and not to get preachy, huh? But one of the things that helped me is
You know your band.
two things. Two things. One, every other situation that has been hard, I've been able to beat essentially because I'm still here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it knocked me down and they was jumping me, we still here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But two is because I know that even if I walk into a situation that is tough, it's like, okay, I know I'm going to get through this because God has brought me through this, but it's like while I'm here, because I'm not trying to repeat it. How about that? I'm not trying to repeat this lesson. What can I learn from it?
Mhm.
So last Monday is when we recorded, but Tuesday is when I was out of jury duty. And the Tuesday before that is when I got picked for jury duty. And when I tell you, I was so sad. I'll text y'all about it. I was so sad because I just felt like my freedom was just taken away, which it was because they throw your whole life in the
You gotta be
blender.
here.
You
Yeah.
gotta be here. They throw your whole life in the blender for. Luckily, it was only a week, and we didn't even deliberate. So some of the people on there was like, "Bruh, we did all of this, and we don't even get to vote." But I was happy because we was split
Whoa.
anyway. We was gonna be there for another 4 days.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bruh, the whole room was split. So I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, situation I learned from that. The situation didn't change, but I was just like, I realized how much time I have and being able to work from home and everything versus being there. I had no time. My time was not my own at all. So that's the lesson I learned from that.
They
And
don't care what your kids got going on. They don't care
literally
what you got,
nothing.
what's in your inbox. You need to be
No.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be here. Yeah. So that's my little 2 cents on that.
I love that. And see, this is one of the things that I love about checking in is like it goes back to the title of our podcast, but actually decent. Like we shared 3 different situations and we saw a person that asked for help and we saw a person that used to have a struggle with it, but a situation changed that. You know what I mean? Like we go through things, but this is why we say, but actually decent, and why we want y'all to listen and follow and subscribe and all that good stuff. Because that's the thing we talk about. Like, yeah, this happened, but
Mhm.
it turned out decent. Like, it ended up working itself out. So
Yeah.
the questions are questioning. So I hope that our listeners are jotting these questions down and are going to comment and let us know, what y'all got going on, so we can make this a family thing. So the next one, this will be fun. The next one. So one of the artists, Music Soul Child, I really love music and well more so just the old music because that's I don't do he have new stuff today? Is he
Yeah, he
still
do.
around?
It's really good actually too.
Okay, see, I need to get up on that because I used to listen like I just want to sing and all that stuff. So, one of his songs, "Don't Change." One of the lyrics is, "The way I feel for you will always be the same, just as long as your love don't change." So, my question to you guys and our listeners: do you feel that love is a choice?
I feel like love is absolutely a choice.
Okay,
Once you get past infatuation, it's a choice. Are you
okay,
talking about like real?
spirit.
I would say romantically and also like friendships, platonically too.
Okay,
Yeah, because it's a stage of like, oh man, this my sis, this my, you know what I'm saying, this my bro, woo woo woo.
Mhm.
Once you're past that, it's like, I need to hold you accountable. You lie a lot, actually.
you
I
are a
still love you.
liar.
I
You be
still,
lying.
what I got to lie for? Because you were a liar. Now let's get down to it.
All you do is lie.
All you do is you lie more than a rug. I told my dad that he
Right.
laughed so hard. Um, yeah.
But you definitely feel love the choice, and that was a question that my dad asked me before, and I was just like, and he went into his thing about it, and I was just like, huh. So after listening to him and like the more I think about it, I do feel that love is a choice. Um, even when it comes to like, because I remember the last episode we talked about like things that you just wouldn't do because like with your mama, like you would hold your mama to like this high regard and stuff like that. But like they can piss you off. But from love, you're still going to, show up and things like that in most cases or whatever. So with things like that, and like even thinking about like dating or whatever, like I feel like love is truly a choice because I can decide that that's not what I want to do. I'm not gonna love you. So that's the choice. So when
I'm
we
not going to
say
love you.
I don't love you. In fact, I hate you. So but when
Hate
the
is a
lyric
choice.
said hate is a choice.
Kendrick.
When the song said, as long as your love don't change like that, love changes,
Yeah.
y'all. Right? That's the thing. And then you still next, but I just read over that note too. But love changes. Do you feel, Brian, that you love your wife the same way you did when you guys when we went to that concert? Oh,
When we went to that concert, talking about
when
when
we,
we went to that concert.
Mhm.
I told her when we made our 10 years, 10-year anniversary. I might have said this already, but I was like, I basically told her, I was like, now, like more than ever, I really feel like you are a part of my family. Like
mm,
you are, like, yes, you are my wife, but you are like literally your family is my family, and my family is your family. Like
mhm.
it ain't
Mhm.
what do you like if you mad, go
Yeah.
take a nap. Like, what are you talking
Right.
about? Like,
Right.
go downstairs on the couch or something. What are we
Uh,
really even saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
Go lay down. Take some
Yeah.
steps.
Right. We'll
Yeah.
talk when you wake up. Like, what are you
No, you're right.
And
Yeah.
Danae?
My mind immediately went to family and love within
Mm.
family. And
Mhm.
so I actually don't feel like you have a choice when it comes to family, right? Like this what I got. I gotta love them, right? Like no matter how I agree with the things or disagree with the things, like you get one, um, you get one dad, you get one mom, you get one grandma or two grandma, like you I feel like familiar relationships, like you start on 100% with them,
Okay.
Mhm.
and then things can maybe chip away. But I think just the general baseline of love is that you gotta love them, right? Some different like your choice relationships, whether it's romantic, friendships, um, yeah, those are that type of love is different to me, right? Like I love my friends, but I've also lost friends. I've also come to places with friends where I'm like, you don't have my best interest in mind. Now, sometimes family may not have your best interest in mind. And that is something that I don't wish on anybody. I don't really want that to be something that it comes to that, like, that point that you have to be presented with like a worst case scenario where you don't know where you lie within your family, because it should. And I said this last episode, and this might be a flaw in my therapy. I talk about it in therapy, is that I do probably give more chances
To family.
uh, to family because of the title. Because I'm like, you gotta have your mom in your life. You have to have your dad in your life. We like, but there are plenty of cases of people that dismiss family members,
Mhm.
or they are not in relationship with their family because of what they may have done to them. So I still like, I just hope it doesn't come to that for me. I don't wish that on anybody, but also I know that, like, I feel bad for people that have had to have just those uh options presented to them. It's
Mhm.
like either you continue to be abused, and when I say abused, it doesn't necessarily just mean physically, or you move on. You can't replace. I think the problem is that, like, with that kind of love and familial love, you can't replace. You don't get a new uncle. You don't get a new mom or dad. It's just this what you got. Make it work. Make it enough.
Make
Make
it.
it enough. Just say it enough.
Right.
Man, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Cause
Yeah.
no, you
No,
don't get a new. Yeah, you
you
don't get new
can't.
family.
You just gotta try to, like, wiggle your way through to see the best in them, or see the worst in them, or see the medium in them. But you gotta accept it either way,
Or just see them, just who they are.
Just see them. Yeah.
Just see them, who they are.
Accept them for who they are.
Mm-hmm. And vice
But
versa.
I'm not saying it's easy, because whew,
Yeah.
getting rid of people is probably easier than dealing with
Also, yeah.
I
them.
think, yeah, depending on your personality.
Yeah.
If you're a loner anyway, then it's
Mm,
but some people really crave that bond with,
Mm-hmm.
outside people.
familiar.
Yeah.
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 So that's tough. It's tough for them to get rid of people.
Yeah.
Man, that's interesting.
For sure. For
Agreed.
sure. Okay. So let's go to, excuse me, the next oh, I feel like that's going back down this.
Say it.
Okay. All right. So I have a lyric from All Falls Down. And he said, man, I promise she's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she's doing in college. The major that she majoring don't make
Don't
no
make no
money
money.
because she can't drop out. Her parents to look at her
Look
funny.
at funny.
Now.
Tell me that
Ain't
ain't insecure.
insecure.
How such a clue seems so
So secure.
So
So
Dang.
secure.
secure.
Look, I'm a sophomore, 3 years. I ain't picked the curtain, but but with that, so that it was so much power in that verse or whatever. So my question to y'all is, what's something that you only doing for your parents? You don't necessarily want to do it.
Whoa. Whoa.
What
Hey,
you doing? What
yo.
you doing only for your parents? You don't want to, but you're doing it for them because you know
Or
this for you.
something you have done in the past.
Okay, have done or currently doing, yeah.
I could say for
Adrian.
me,
Right. He can go first. Make his ass go first. Make his ass go first.
and with a
He go
But
haymaker.
actually in my virtual reality living room. But B, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say when I was when I was in college, I picked a business major because my mother said that it was a good idea. My dad too, which at the time it did sound like a good idea. But I took my first accounting class and I was like, what is going on? What are y'all FIFO, LIFO? Hey, cuz, what they talking about? What are you talking about? What actually are you talking about? And I remember we talked about it, and she was like, we want you to go to school for something that you want to go to school for. I was like, oh yeah, I missed that part. Missed that. I missed the plot totally.
Got me
Um,
Mhm.
smoking cigarettes in the accounting class.
you
Y'all,
know
y'all
what?
didn't even give me all the info.
Y'all know FIFO? Anybody know FIFO, man? Ain't
Anybody
that
know
my FIFO,
FIFA?
man? I was like, and it's so funny because like in high school, you don't have a class to even kind of tell you about like account. Not in my high school. I never took a like accounting, not even like an intro. So I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. I'm like,
Hmm.
what is going on? Yeah. So yeah, we definitely talked about that. And she was like, I want you to go for something that you have to have the job there after you do all the stuff. You still got to have a job there. That's going to
Mhm.
be a nightmare if you don't actually like it. So yeah, that's one thing that I could definitely think off the top.
Yeah, doing for your parents. Um, I think for me, and this is just my truth, my it's actually both my parents, but more so my mom. She said we were having a disagreement about something, and so I was telling her, this is this and this is that, and blah 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 and blah, and she was like, "You don't never stick with nothing."
Mm.
I was about to pull up on her, and so I'm like, "She like every time something you don't stick it, and da da da," and so I realized like I've gotten better now. But when she first said that, it was like no matter what, if I gotta walk through literally like hell and gasoline draws, I'm gonna do it because I don't want to consider me. I don't want to consider how I feel. I don't want to consider none of that. I just don't want to give up because I want my mom to feel like I always give up on something. Like that was my thing. So like even now, if something's going on, like even with my situation I share with work and stuff, it's like any moves that I make, I gotta have a plan to where I don't feel like I gave up. If
Mm.
that makes any sense. So like even with me leaving my one job to go to the other one, it was like, well, at least I'm doing this one and I'm going, it's a new one, it's this and it pays more and it's this and that. Because I didn't give up. And so I still have that plan in my head. And I don't know if that's like a trauma response or what it is, but that's the thing that I realized that comes up anytime I'm faced with a situation is like hearing my mama say that. And that ain't to say that she like is a witch or nothing like that. But I was just that was the first thing that came to mind for me with doing things, for your parents' approval kind of thing.
Mm.
Take it away, 22-year-old.
No. Uh, well, I just be liking to follow my gut here on this show.
Okay.
And so I don't think the ironic thing about this is I don't think I've done really anything that my parents ever asked me to do or expected
Really?
of me. Yeah, like I think I've kind of gone against the grain, and each one of them is a different thing, right? So, like with my mom, she probably would have wanted me settled down, married, children, similar path to hers by now. That hasn't really been my situation. Um, and so I'm in a relationship now. It's looking promising. So, cool. But I can't say that that is attributed to her wanting that for me. It was
Okay.
just like, okay, now it just happened naturally. Um, and actually both of my parents would probably have wanted me to go and get a doctorate.
Mm.
And they both have dropped little dimes here and there saying like, well, you should just go ahead and whatever. And I'm not I ain't did it. And I'm not really looking at doing it as where it stands right now. I can't say what God got for me. I can't say what might be in the cards, but right now, I'm not really uh making decisions based off what they want for me.
Okay.
Have I ever? That's wild because I don't think I ever have. Like, I don't
Really?
know that they have expressed enough of what they want from me. So, like, I guess if I'm reframing how I hear the question, they have not really put a lot of parameters on what they expect from me or want from me. So I'm
Okay.
grateful for that
Okay.
because it gave me an opportunity to kind of figure things out and go with the path. Like, I know my dad would not have wanted me to be in education, but he has grown to accept me being in education.
Mhm.
My mama again would have wanted me to have 3 babies by now and be you know making lunches every
Tired,
day.
everybody tired.
Right, exactly. But I haven't done that. So yeah, I don't know that there's
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay. Same thing. Three different
Hmm.
scenarios. That's
We three different mofos.
we are
Three different motherfuckers.
three different.
As I sip my gin and tonic. Way back.
I got water, and Adrian has a smoothie.
Adrian
So
has a
I didn't even have a
smoothie.
smoothie no more. I drunk it all.
And I have Bombay.
Oh.
Bombay. That was remind me of Wiz
This is
Khalifa
birthday. This is birthday. Birthday vibes.
birthday vibes.
'Cause it's
Come
almost
on,
that
Adrian, because you come with the haymakers. This the last
Okay.
one now.
birthday.
Just let you know this is the last one.
Right.
Hmm.
Study long, study wrong.
Study wrong.
So I have my youngest niece is Janaya too. Aaron, he's 06. Yeah, Janaya too. And she is a kid, so she repeats what she hears. So my sister sent us a video, and she was in the car like, "All my life, all my life," like that was her shit. So I went to that song, and so in that Lil Durk says, "All my life, they've been trying to keep me down." So with you, what's something that you feel is like a if this wasn't here, I could be here. What's one thing that's maybe in the way of something that you want to accomplish? Let's say if this wasn't happening, I could do this. So what is it? Anything that you feel is trying to keep you down?
I got one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's me. I don't feel like anything is actually keeping me down except for me. Like any ideas that I may have to kind of like self sabotage or anything like that. But other than that, I, I really feel like a real winner and the people that I've kind of like studied through like interviews and stuff like that, real winners make the best hand out of whatever they have. Like the same things that they see that other people see as disadvantages, they see as an advantage. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
for example, I run a business where people take I take VHS tapes from people back in the day and I convert them to digital. So now one of my biggest competitors is called Legacy Box. And so basically so I'm a smaller company. I'm like it's only me, you know what I'm saying? They have a team of people, they're national, they could go down on their rates and stuff like that. But a couple of things that I found was um I'm local. Number one, you don't have to ship out anything. Number two, it is a small team because you don't have like a hundred people touching your stuff, and it's not going to get lost in the mail, stuff like that. So people
Mm-hmm.
actually love that. So I remember thinking like, man, this is such a disadvantage because I can't go as low as they doing like $7.99 VHS tapes. I definitely can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
the customers that I have had, they're like, oh no, we love it because you are local. You're only one person. Like, so the same things that people would think as disadvantages are really advantages.
Okay. Okay. So, and for any of our listeners that did not know this, how could we get in touch with you if we have a VHS that we want to have converted to a DVD or
Call my number 555. No, hit my line though 708-545-6910. Let me know. I give discounts on bulk orders too. So Granny and them got a whole bunch of VHS tapes, childhood memories. So I'm saying some of these things are you haven't seen in 20, 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So we could get them converted and y'all could watch them before the holidays. Y'all got
and
family
that's a
coming over.
perfect holiday thing
Y'all
too.
watch it on TV. So yeah,
Yeah.
I say that to say that though. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if y'all have y'all old VHS tapes when y'all was playing Apollo, because everybody played Apollo, playing Apollo or whatever,
Everybody.
then our brother
Kiki
can
Shepherd.
get you together so then you can be horizontal and watch
Horizontal.
the vid. So that's
No, I was being Kiki Shepherd.
you that's who you were.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be Sandman because I just made everybody be bad so I can have my time. Exactly. Okay, but I like that be that it's only you. I like that. I like that. I think for me, where I feel like is keeping me down.
I can go.
Going to school.
Mm.
Hmm.
The people in the back didn't hear you.
What'd
I
you
wasn't
say,
talking
Adrian?
to the people
One
in the
more
back.
time. One more again.
Listen, you asked me to produce this episode. Don't I feel like y'all trying to be against me because I said go
What
to
did
school.
you say?
I
No.
said go to school.
Go to school. I think
going in
that's
that,
what you said. Going
going
to
at,
school.
we're gonna be in that accounting class. LIFO, FIFO.
Mm.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. But definitely definitely school for me, and it's not even to say that that's my the solution or the piece that I'm missing, but I feel like there's so much that I have and I continue to try and like pour it into these other jobs, and it's like this not the space for that. That this won't work. And not that, I can't be me. I'm not saying that, but I feel like there's a lot that I can give to the future generation, like the new students or even like administrative. Like there's so many parts of me that I feel like will be super great, and I've heard it my whole life, but I be in the way. I be in the way. I be scared, and when I be scared, I be running. I be running like Michael Myers is after me, and so unfortunately,
Women
that
be shopping. Women be
women be
shopping.
shopping, baby. You cannot
Be
stop
You cannot stop a woman from
a
shopping.
woman from shopping. What do we just randomly said that one day for whatever reason and was crying tears.
Women be shopping. Okay.
Women be shopping, but yes, that's that's definitely mine. Is completing school. Like I've gone and I have the student loans to prove it,
Oh,
and
you
ain't got
gone.
a pencil
You
from none
gone
of
a
the
few
institutions.
times.
But that
Yeah.
that's something that I would feel like that I feel is something that's trying to keep me down. That version of me, that part of me that's scared or whatever. So that's what mine is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's mine.
You
Danae?
feel how you feel? You okay?
I do. I do. I do.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I, I like to have real because somebody else is listening to this podcast and like, dang. Well, I can't wait to see what Trina gonna say because that's that's the bread and butter right there. That's the bread and butter right there. But that's mine. So, Danae, what's something that you feel like is trying to keep you down?
Anxiety. Okay.
Mm.
Um, big word shows up in a lot of different ways, right? So for me, I have so many different avenues and things that I want to pursue, thoughts, and then I stop myself because I'm like thinking about all the potential outcomes, which again, we talked about last week is like,
Mm-hmm.
what if no one likes it? What if people would think it's stupid? What, like, and it's never really based on what I think or believe. Like, I don't, it's me wanting to be a people pleaser. It's me wanting to get it right the first time, trying to avoid uh any adversity. Like, I just kind of want to put something together, it work, and then deal with whatever the next set of obstacles are. Instead of just being comfortable knowing that some of the obstacles that show up right now might not be anything that I thought of, like that just makes me really feel like don't be coming up in here with no new stuff because I've already thought this out. And that stops me from, trying. So I have a project that I've been talking about for the longest. I really want to do it. I ran into some things that slowed me down about graphics. Um, and then I've just kind of put it in this cabinet over here or this drawer over here, way, way, way in the back. But it still shows up all the time where I'm like, yeah, but if you was doing that, that wouldn't like that would solve this problem.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I talk myself out of doing a lot of things because I just get afraid of how other people will hear it and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I am similar to what Brian said. Like, I am trying to keep me down in some ways. Because I don't know, just trying to avoid adversity or trying to avoid getting it wrong
Mm-hmm.
presents some blockages for me from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thanks a lot, Adrian.
No
Need a
problem.
refill. Need a refill.
Grab a nigga to drink.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
I felt well. I was good. I was just going to say, Adrian. I felt like one of my issues was closer to you, like finishing school and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This was what's this 24? This is 2024. So yeah, probably about like man 10, 11 years ago. I just at by that time my youngest son was born and I was married and I just felt like okay, so they say I'll be done in 5 years, 5 or 6 years if I go. You know what I'm saying? If I do it like full time, be like like 5 years or whatever. But if I do it like part time, it'd be like 6 or 7 years. And I was like, bro, I need to be making some money like right now,
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I just could not focus. I just could not focus. I tried multiple times, and I just could not focus. But do you feel like focus is a thing for you? Like how long it's going to take? Is that like one of your? Is a follow up question, by the way.
So, and that's a good question. Thanks. I feel like it's a few things for me because I've actually been sitting with it and just excuse me, just processing everything and all that stuff. So I feel like a lot of times for me, I once had an idea of what I thought college was going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I didn't get that my first attempt, and then I didn't get because I was supposed to go to Alabama A&M, and like I got accepted, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going there, and da da da. And then mom was like, that's too far. Like that's too far. You're not gonna like. So I didn't get. So then that kind of cut it off. So then that kind of discouraged me, and then I tried to go to school locally, like to y'all remember Westwood?
Yeah.
I went
I
there. That
remember
school was so
Westwood.
damn high. That school,
Yeah.
but again, it
And it's
gave me
non-accredited too.
at all 50,000, like ridiculous. But so it was like I had those times, but it was like me not going with the intention of like you're gonna get through it. It was just it didn't look how I wanted to. It didn't look like the Parkers. This was not Santa Monica University. Kim then went and they did, and they like I had that idea. So now as I'm getting older, it's to the point now where it's like I almost need to just be pushed, and maybe us having this conversation will strike something because I
I
believe
will
that.
push your ass.
Uh-oh.
You know what, Lady Rage? I brought. So she, I mean,
Afro puffs.
Rage.
so that's more so my thing is just I had an idea what I thought it was gonna look like, and then now it's like, are you too old? You might as well just that always comes
Never.
up too.
You
So
really
it's like
not.
it be
Because you got life experience for real. And also, while I was on jury duty, but anyway, one of the ladies, she was giving her testimony and everything like that, and she was like, yeah, so I went back to school at, I think she was like 39, to be a lawyer, to be a whole lawyer. She's just like, yeah, I kind of like, I raised my kids and I kind of want to be a lawyer. So it's never too, and she was a really good lawyer too. Like, it's literally never too late. I
yeah.
love to look at the stories of people like Colonel Sanders. He didn't start till he was older, like much older than what we are. Duncan
Yeah.
Hines was older. Samuel L. Jackson didn't even start acting until he was like 41, 42.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe that. I also like I know with school, like you will not be like it'll be uncomfortable at first. It'll be different at first. There will probably be someone there that's your age or older. So like the fears
Definitely
that people
older.
have around
Mhm.
showing up and going back are probably not um they probably shouldn't be fears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So get your ass in school, Adrian. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Look at you. I got it. I got it. I got it. That was needed. Thank y'all.
I
We
need
gonna
some
we
more.
gonna have another conversation maybe. Who knows? Who no? Oh,
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Uh,
mm-mm,
see,
mm-mm.
we didn't
Hell
say it.
nah.
That was the last
Mm-mm.
one. Now
okay. That's
he-
we can come back with
How
is
did you
it a
feel when
quick? Is it
Mufasa
quick?
died?
Right. I mean, right.
It really was the circle of life.
Right.
yeah.
All he wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I only part that really caught my eyes because
He
I was
gonna
like,
come with it anyway. Come on.
no,
Come
I'm
on.
not. I'm not gonna talk about it because I was gonna say like when Cole said, now you know you'll be tripping. Tommy rolled up in here with some green sister.
I don't care if she's black, white, green. Now you know you'll be sure if I
You
showed
know
up
you
with
be
some
tripping.
green.
Tommy rolled up in here with some green sister.
Green sister is crazy.
So thinking about that with that color, the question that I was actually going to ask, the quote was, autumn leaves are nature's way of showing us how beautiful it is to let go.
You see what he just did there, Brian?
Autumn
Okay.
leaves are
Uh-huh.
nature's way of showing us how beautiful it is to let go.
Hmm.
So to end this episode and the night, we'll pose that question to our listeners. And just to have a
Mm.
quick recap for those that are taking notes that are listening, if you're on the train or if you're driving, wait till you get to where you're going because we want you to be safe. But some of the questions that we came up with, we want y'all to communicate and interact and all that stuff is the first one was tell us about a time where something was good but ended too soon. Like what was a situation that felt good for you but just ended too soon? And then the other one was about all my life, like what's trying to hold you back. And then we had one. The other one was is love a choice? Why or why not? And so, and then what have you done or currently doing to please your parents? So those are some of the topics that we had. And so because Danae wanted the last one,
I did
um,
not.
you just said that. I heard you. Anyway,
Lies.
Danae was like, "Oh, can you do the next one?" So
Can you do the next one?
Mhm.
So my question was, what are you holding on to that might change your color? Just like that leaf that's beautiful once it's let go. Like, what are you holding on to that could change you into a more vibrant or doing you? Like doing and being and growing and all that stuff. What are you holding on to that may be like keeping you from turning to some green sister?
Nah, I would
Fear.
fear.
Is that what you was gonna say?
No, it wasn't.
No, you go first. Go.
I was just gonna say one. I would say one of the things that did I feel like hold me back was like, for example, when y'all came over my house for BET Awards over the summer, it was fun. We cooked tacos and stuff like that. Sometimes I will feel like in the past I would think like I'm sad because we are having a great time, but I don't want it to end. Like I just feel like it'll run its course and then we'll be back to. But now I think of this is such a beautiful moment. I'm glad that we were able to have it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
saying? So I feel like I used to deal with that a lot. Like, man, we having a good time, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case. But or like if it's a new friend, like, oh man, this person is great, but I feel like eventually we will, come apart basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mhm.
I'm not as pessimistic. I'm more definitely in the moment. Like this was great, and I'm glad because memories are they're important. They're important to
Yeah.
make like that. And you can't think like that because then stuff really will start to go wrong. And then you're like,
Mhm.
man, why everything happening to me? Why everything going wrong to me? You got that mindset in the first place,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I think I know for me something that I have that can be that I'm holding on to that can be keeping me from turning to some green sister was the fear of the unknown. It's not enough for me to just say, "Oh, I don't know how this is gonna work out." But no, my brain goes, "I don't know how this is gonna work out because this gonna happen, and then I'm gonna." So it could be like a thing with anxiety or something like that. But I know for me, it's like, okay, I know this chaos. I can stay here. I know how to handle this. I know how to do this. Whatever. But then, like, if it comes to something new, well, what if this happened? Well, then what if that happened? Then and then so that's definitely my thing. And so I feel like even there's a lot of situations where I see that I'll be like out or something, and I realize like I'm not really here
yeah.
because I have like things on my mind or around. I feel triggered about something, whatever the reason is. But I realize that I can be places, whether it's on the phone or in person or what have you, and I kind of be like, I ain't giving it all to it because what if I say this and then it'll be that? So I have all these thoughts going. So then it's like, who are you? I remember like, dang, Danae been teaching back when you first started. When I used to go out with y'all, and you would be like, why you? She would get so upset because she just like, why are you acting like why you? It don't be nothing personal. I just be all in my head. So I know that has definitely kept me from like opportunities, like whether it's jobs or meeting people or just having a good time in the moment, whatever it is. So I feel like that is definitely a thing for me, just my own anxiety, like I like to say, fear of the unknown. So that would be mine for sure.
I will
um
second that with fear of
okay.
the unknown. Um, I get fearful about hopping out there and then uh like I'm scaling the room to see it truly is I guess maybe it's arrogant that I would assume that I can read the room enough to know exactly what people are thinking, you
Mm.
know? So I'm like, if I go out there and then she give me the side eye, then I know what I've been thinking about her was right. Cause she ain't never really messed with me. And
Ah,
I let that like
Uh-huh.
get in to my purpose. Like that will stop me from like even trying to go a
Mhm.
little bit further than what. So like, there's so many times, like I can't tell you how many times I sit in meetings or like whole group stuff where I'm like, yeah, that's the answer. And then I don't say it. Somebody say the exact same thing, and everybody's like, yeah, wow. I'm like, I thought that. And I was gonna say that, but you giving me the side eye. So I ain't gonna
Uh-huh.
say it, because if you give me the side eye too much, then I'm gonna expose myself. Like I truly think I don't trust myself enough
Hmm.
to
Okay.
do what I feel, say what I feel, and to let it kind of um to let myself truly shine. I'm like, because the fear of being smashed like a fly, or like
Mhm.
somebody, like the one person having the negative response when there's 20 people that accept what you're saying and they believe, like I let the one
Yeah.
be the dominant voice in my
Mm.
head, as opposed to the 20 people who said great job, and you be doing stuff. So
Mhm.
You be doing stuff.
Wow. So I
yeah.
know these questions were heavy
Good
for,
night, Adrian. Good
but
night.
the fact of the matter is it did just what it was supposed to do, because now we're feeling it. I'm thinking about B, how he said he asked for help. So now I can say, hey, maybe if I need help with something, I can do that. Or I'm thinking about with Danae and you saying how you don't feel like you trust yourself enough. Yeah, I've been there. And so, like we
Mhm.
have this conversation, and it's just for us and for the listeners and people that we're connected to. It's a thing. We go through,
Mhm.
it's we feeling fall. We feeling all the feelings, and it's like it all comes with it. And so I want to see what's gonna be on the other side of this. So maybe when we have another check-in in February, when it's 19 feet of snow for us, then
No.
that conversation will be different. So I'm excited about it. So thank y'all for tuning in to Feeling Fall or Fall for it or whatever the episode was. So that's my due diligence. So it's on y'all. It's on
Thank
For
y'all.
you.
sure.
It's
Yeah,
on
thank you
y'all.
for that.
Thanks, guys.
Nate, take us on.
All right, life be hard. Hoes be mad. Hoes mad.
I've been trying to read your show. I'm like, what did that say?
It's a hoes mad. It got
I was hoping
Kamala.
it was like No Limit Soldier. I was gonna say, oh, I know your partner's so excited that you got a No Limit Soldier show.
He a no limit soldier for real. He think he Percy Miller.
He
But
said, I thought
anywho,
I told you. No limit
he
soldier.
think he Percy real. But
He
anyway,
is.
hoes
Leave
be
him alone.
mad. But you just gotta try to figure it out to be actually decent. And then, we'll be here next week to fill in the gap.
And learn
See
and,
how I
and be
go.
decent together.
Yeah.
Oh, by the time we
All right, y'all. Uh,
is it? I was trying to say. Yeah, so by the time we release the episode, it will
it will be my
be
birthday. It will.
Hey,
Danae's
whoa.
birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday to
Danae!
you. Happy
Cheers.
birthday
22.
Cheers. Cheers
22.
to
So
to
y'all
you.
happy birthday to
Yeah.
Danae.
you. Thank you.
Yes,
Happy birthday to me.
Whoopie
yes.
whoop.
22. I'm still navigating life. I'm just trying to find my way.
This 22 is crazy.
Uh,
Period.
This
Because I was
22 is
mad.
crazy
Period.
because you keep saying
I'm just fresh into this adulthood. And,
I'm doing
I'm
my
just trying to
thing.
figure out what I'm going to do.
You got to talk like that. At 22, you do that. You what
Real stupid.
pulling that? What did that one say? Catching? What do you call it?
Catch and win.
Yeah, that's how you got to talk at 22
I'm
for sure.
22.
Yes.
Wow. Child, knees hurting.
Yeah, check
Gonna be
engine light
cracking
is
soon as I
on.
own, okay? Bogus knees.
You know how to say
But
that.
actually decent, y'all. We out. We
We'll see y'all
gone.
next
Bye,
week.
y'all.
Whoopie whoop.